And he's demanding they be annulled, calling this government occupation and warning Nigerians about a dangerous trajectory. Second, in a sharp rebuke, former Kaduna Governor Nasser El-Rufai accuses the federal government of not only tolerating but possibly paying bandits, warning that urban criminals have effectively hijacked the system. Now, these are the stories we're going to be talking about, starting first of all from the Rivers State LG election polls, and not just article that has come out to say that this election was a sham and a scam. Even Mr. Peter Obi has come out to call this a mockery of democracy. But let's take your thoughts on it. We saw the ruling. They had 20 local governments that the APC won, 3 for PDP and thereabouts. But what are your thoughts? Do you think that the election went without hitch?
This is absolutely a dictator rule, because you can't. This is not what you will see in a democratic setting. Yeah, this is absolutely nothing to write home all about. The man sitting down in the emergency, whatever, being the administrator of Rivers State, has no power to conduct any election. He is just there on an interim. He has no power if this country knows what they are doing. This is where the civil society, this is where NLC, this is where every apparatus in Nigeria should stand up and make and lend their voices. If it was us going on strike, we'll go on strike. This is it's a laughable. This is wrong. This is a complete sham. This is a complete scam. This is completely nonsense. That is the right word, because such thing cannot happen in a well democratic setting. It is wrong for a man sitting down just for 2 warring factions to reconcile, as they claimed. Now there have been some reconciliation. So why didn't the man leave since there was a reconciliation?
You know, Wiki said that the president said that the election...
I'm even coming to that. You see, it's quite shameful. I never believed that our president will stoop so low, and things like this will be happening. Even Buhari, that gave you the power, didn't tolerate such. Such madness didn't happen. Now, a sitting minister is the one telling Nigerians when a governor elected governor will come back to sit. What message does it pass? It shows that we do not know what we are doing. It shows that this country is just turns by moonlight. That's exactly what it is.
But I want us to also take a look at the video, because when Wike went to go and cast his vote, he was also asked the same question, what he felt was going on, were people being democratic and coming out to vote. But let's take a quick look at that video before we make further comments. All right, we just saw a video. This was also an old video where they were voting a particular party, and it was not the people that were voting, they were just the INEC officials making this vote. So this is where rigging also starts from. But let's also take a quick look at some of the comments on anyways, let's move forward. What is your take, Ifoma?
If what Atiku actually said was, the truth, I would actually suggest that this should be probed into, and I mean the truth should be revealed. But at the same time, when somebody who is in power wins, let me say for example, had it been that it was PDP that won this election, I would actually suggest that this, at the same time, when somebody who is in power, who is, let me say, for example, had it been that wouldn't of the fact that his party Rivers State, a state of emergency,
true,
that would be in control of power. We could see how it played out, because you cannot tell me that in a democratic nation that 20
local governments,
local governments, APC won 20 local governments. It is unseen and unheard of in other parts of Nigeria. It's quite like alarming. You understand? But at the same time, like I said, I was saying something like it should be probed into. Mr. Daniel was actually laughing, because we know that we live in a failed system. But that doesn't still mean that I cannot, suggest something that can be done.
All right. So, Mr. Oladimeji, what are your thoughts? Do you think this was a free and fair election? Is that Mr. Oladimeji?
The era of state capture. Can you hear me?
Yes, we are with you.
All right. Welcome to the era of state capture. All right. It's unfortunate, like the comrade said, it is not what we should be laughing at, because it is coming to your door. If you're in Nigeria, and you think it's Rivers State today, it will be yours
tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
When the political captain is, not favoring the leadership at the top. First off, this is not my problem. My problem is with this normalized abnormality and absurdity in broad daylight. Illegality, complete illegality, political rascality, and travesty. There is no way to explain it away. The administrator in the first place let me even dive back. The appointment of this administrator was illegal.
Illegal, completely.
To start with. Because that process did not go through the parliamentary ratification. It was only validated to be ratified after the executive had pronounced and appointed. Now, the River State intelligence, accepted it. Nigerians took it. They normalized abnormality. That existential problem that we have suffered for long in this country persisted. And now, the government of the day, the politicians and rulers in power will build on that infantry, because Nigerians will not talk. They went further to build on illegality. For the first time in the history of any democracy at all in the world, a sole administrator will be conducting an election.
Imagine.
It's a complete this is not democracy anymore.
Yes.
It's madness.
Coming to that sole administration part.
With a working constitution. It's unfortunate. I'm very disappointed.
It is unfortunate, and it just begs the question, where is democracy? Where did it go to? How did we get here? Because a lot of people have come out to say that this is illegal. It is not constitutional at all. It shouldn't have, stood. According to the initial plan, they said it was rightfully so that the election hold on September 18th. But Nyesom Wike came out to say that our president has already given the order, or given the go-ahead that the elections be held on that very day and be carried out as planned. But now, let us compare democracy, constitution, and the stand of the executive in person of the president of Nigeria. Do you think this is democratic, that decision that this election should hold, especially in a state where the state of emergency has already been called and the sole administration issue? But just what do you think?
Let me tell you, it boils down to what Mr. Oladimeji is saying and what we're saying. You see, when people like us wake up in the morning and see this madness, this eyesore, this is not something people of class should hear. And I'm quite disappointed that the ex-presidents, the so-called stakeholders, the elder councils in Nigeria are keeping quiet and things like this is happening. What right does a sole administrator have to conduct an election? Is this a military era win? So, and people are coming out here to, you know, say the people went out to vote. How? Vote where? Then a sitting minister is the one conducting, he's the INEC organ, and he's the one telling the president's spokesman, telling people when a governor elected governor is going to come back. I'm disappointed with Rivers State people. Terribly disappointed. This is absolute madness. And it shouldn't be heard anywhere. You understand? This is rubbish. Because of a truth. I don't want to use e-words, but the truth about it is that I wonder the kind of president we have. That a minister is the one telling you what to do. Instead of talking about competence, if they are not afraid, if they have been doing the things they ought to do, would he declare state of emergency in Rivers State? Because they know the money that comes out from Rivers State. Everybody is channeling their power to Rivers State. So that's the rubbish. That is why a sole administrator who came in illegally, he was appointed before they sent the bill to their house. You could imagine the kind of thing we are seeing in this era.
It is unheard of. It's
unheard of. So I don't know how we should be discussing about this. This is a shamble. People like Obasanjo, people like Jonathan, people like IBB, and former governor, president, head of state, and president. They should come out and tell people.
Godfatherism in public, in broad daylight.
The end to Fubara's independent governance started, well, he wasn't independent anyway, he was picked. So, but the end to his leadership and at least what seemed to be a percentage of control on Rivers State while he was governor ended the day the sole administrator was appointed.
Yes.
All of the plan that is in having, all of this grand plan was tailored towards the takeover of that state. And congratulations to Wike. I told us last week that once you have the control of the local government, the government closer to the grassroots, you take over a state.
Yes.
And that's what just happened. Forget those who won from other parties. They are all, it's all permutation and calculation. You go on, go flag off from that party, flag off from that party. It's all calculation from one endpoint. All right?
Exactly.
So I don't see, even if Kubara is, returned, is returned per conditions. That the prior negotiations, that you keep taking must, come back if you are going to become the governor again. So I'm sorry for Rivers State indigents, but I think they don't have democracy in that state anymore. And this will be cascaded to other states even before we see 2027. Because this agenda of the presidency to run a single party system is really worrisome, and they would not stop. I want to tell the politicians that Comrade Sacramento mentioned, the political allies. Look, you will not complain this away on social media. Your foot should be on ground, like they himself and the late Muhammadu Buhari president did in 2014 when they marched against Jonathan. You can't continue to explain this away on social media. Nigerians, are about to be taken into complete state capture. And these allies on the opposite side need to really come up to their game and do it as political opposition that they are.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladimiji. Let's take a quick look at the video where Wike was casting his vote in Rivers State.
Represent them at the local government level, from the councillorship to the chairmanship position. I have to say with this, I watched particularly your outfit when you are saying that that party, that is not correct. We should have the experience of Nigerian voters in elections. You have general elections which is being conducted by IBTC. You have local elections which is being conducted by the State Independent Electoral Commission. And you know that most cases, elections start from 10 o'clock in the morning. So when you go to a polling booth by 9 and you think you expect people to come out by that time, that is not the usual case. I watch you when you said a water tin, which is robot.
All right, we just saw that video from FCT Minister Nyesom Wike talking about the fact that the election was already, given the go-ahead by our president, but that's just in the past. I want us to move forward to the second interesting explosive story. So, ex-Governor El-Rufai has come out to say now that our government is paying bandits not to buy Nigerians. He's saying that this is not supposed to be so. We are not supposed to negotiate with bandits, and we have, started shaking hands with the wrong people and having roundtable discussions with the wrong people when we are supposed to attack this head on. But Mr. Daniel, the other day we saw a video here where a popular celebrity bandit was making a video in Hausa telling us about the negotiation that he's currently having with the military, and the military came to deny that. They didn't make any mention of that. But do you think this is a welcome strategy in order to reduce insecurity in Nigeria?
How could it be? Like I told you, ab initio, I told you that the act of terrorism is a business between the political elites, some of the people in the political terrain, with the bandits and the terrorists. It's all the business. You understand? The man that is talking now has been fingered to be part of what the problem we're having. And they're not going to deny it. They all brought these guys thinking that Jonathan would not want to leave. That was the genesis of this madness that we all have. We're not talking about Boko Haram. We're talking about this banditry, the act of terrorism that is ongoing now. These are people that were brought in to destabilize the government of Jonathan. And Jonathan, being a sensible man, being a Democrat, who does not believe that the blood of any Nigerian is worth his ambition, he pulled off from it. Buhari, they were all involved. You heard when they said in 2014 they did a march against the Jonathan district just to label him black, pull him down. Today, they are not better off. As it stands, and Jonathan is still 100 times better than all of them. All of them put together. You could see the administration of Jonathan. It was straight. If you do something that's not right, transparency was there. Not to compare to what we are seeing today. Because they labeled him all the whole black names and they did all they could do so that they would just rubbish him. Today, they are all getting their paycheck. You know, because anytime you wish evil to somebody who has nothing against you, that evil will always come back to you.
Exactly.
One or the other.
Karma.
So that is it. So it is wrong to have a negotiation with bandits. How many bandits will you have negotiation with?
Exactly.
That is the first question. Now, if you negotiate with the bandits, how would you negotiate in all the whole states, region that are having security issues? So this is an issue that they know the people that are doing these things.
Exactly.
They know the people. The other day, one of the imam went into the forest to go and meet the bandits for them to negotiate. They know these people. They know where they are living. They know where they are staying. Let them stop coming out to disturb our mentality. We have a lot to think of. Let them, if they know how they started the matter, let them go and sort it out.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
All right.
If on this, if his claims are actually true.
No, the claims are they are negotiating with bandits.
I think that we are rewarding violence in this country. When they say when someone does good, you reward them, it will motivate them to do more. And when someone does bad, reprimand them so that they repent from their mistake. You could see that it's clearly the opposite that is happening. You are rewarding bandits, you're giving them stipends, whereby ordinary Nigerian that maybe will take pepper from a shop, they will, in the name of jungle justice, they will burn the person alive. And then bigger criminals sitting in higher places are being rewarded. What example are you setting for Nigerians, for younger generations? Because when you keep on enabling these people, the little ones that are still brewing up or being birthed, they'll be like, okay, if this can actually happen, we need to, make sure that this kind of we escalate this so that we gain more. Since there is anything like negotiating with criminals and rewarding them, I think we need to recruit more people. It's giving them that enabling environment to do more harm to the nation.
So you don't think it's actually solving anything?
It should be aborted. There should be nothing like negotiation, because it can actually, for the meantime, it might look like you're trying to sort insecurity for the short-term period. But what about the after effect?
The long run?
The long run is really going to be the disaster that we'll face moving forward will be more than what we are still experiencing right now.
Let me put in
quickly,
before you so that you go to the next one. How would you negotiate with a man who stopped a bus of 18 passengers and burned all of them to ashes for doing nothing to you? Is that the type of man you're going to negotiate? Honestly, what are you negotiating with him?
Honestly.
So, you see, there are some scenarios that we shouldn't even be talking about.
Yes.
If our security are not being compromised, we wouldn't be discussing this. People like El-Rufai would have been somewhere, they'll be asking them some certain vital questions about how this thing came on board. Because he has been fingered. There are a lot of them that has been fingered in this matter. It's not something you
It didn't start today.
It didn't start today.
No.
So he shouldn't be crying wolf. I don't want it.
Okay. So Mr. Oladimeji, from El-Rufai's comment, he advised, or he said that the entire terrorist organizations or bandits, when found, should be wiped out completely. In his words, he said they should bomb everybody, all of them all together. And then the 5% that are now repentant, in quote, should now be taken back to the system and maybe given a second chance. But the federal government is coming to say that instead of doing that, the initial plan is to turn those people to work for Nigerians instead of working against Nigerians. But within these two different perspectives and different solutions, which one do you think would be best fit for Nigerians?
I'll do you one better. I'll tell you that even the 5% that El-Rufai suggested be integrated into the society after the surrender to face the penalty. There should be consequence for actions.
Exactly.
Especially when you take life.
Yeah.
You must pay the penalty when you take life. Speaking of penalty and consequences, the reason why this insecurity has festered and it will continue to fester is because people do not pay consequences for actions that they, that they indulge in. You sack communities. You turn members of these communities to IDP members. So much that Nigeria Paris, one of the largest IBTC camps, over 400,000 people in IBTC camps, in a country that is not at war. But the government of that country, will come to compensate these same people who render people homeless, make them members of one camp somewhere where they are treated less than humans, but those who are responsible are celebrated, integrated into the society. Tell me why insecurity will not fester.
It will keep trying.
Because some people somewhere will say, wow, this is lucrative. Leave these persons at the end of it. It's just like taking the biblical doctrine for granted. When I can go to commission in the morning and go for penance in the evening. That's what is happening. All right? And this did not start now. It started to blossom since this APC government came on board. Look, I give you a story. Well, it was Wall Street that recorded it during one of the times of Buhari's regime, that the presidency paid 20 million to BANDIT when they held the president Air Force One from taking flight. They promised they were going to shoot him down. It was held as ransom until they paid 20 million naira to reverse. Was it 20 million naira? Now I can't remember. To take back, to take out of their hands that gun to him missile bombarding. During Buhari's tenure, so they've been paying for long. And it's no news that they are paying now. But it is now glaring that they are even going to negotiation and integrating them
into the society.
The government knows what it's doing. Comrade said earlier, these guys were political voice, non-state actors used against the Jonathan administration to hold ousting from power. And just like Boko Haram started, this is it.
Yeah.
Very soon, I give it to you as a wrapper. These guys will blow up, these bandits will blow up into full-fledged terrorist organizations, and then we'll begin to discuss something else.
If you're negotiating,
thank you, Mr.
how many
Ladimidi.
persons are you going to negotiate?
That's what I asked. How many states are you going to do the negotiation? Because in every region now there are every state now have bandit and terrorizing them. So how many would you?
It's appalling
let them go
that we are actually gambling with humans' lives.
Nigerians.
It's quite appalling that we are trying to reward people that are supposed to be punished severely.
Our population is too much.
We sleep community,
with one eyes closed,
and one eyes open. How is that possible? And you're telling me you're negotiating with them when some communities, some people mourn their loved ones, and some people are being placed in higher seats.
What I'm saying is
criminals.
What I'm saying in essence that if there's anybody that is coming out to say this, it shouldn't be El-Rufai. It shouldn't be coming out.
It shouldn't even be from
him. We can listen to Atiku. We can't take him serious, because we are the people who ganged up to bring in APC. These are the people who ganged up against Jonathan to destroy his government.
Yeah, even if we can't take him serious, but his claims should be taken serious.
Exactly.
What are we saying? Somebody that's talking from the two sides of the sword.
They're trying to say that this has been ongoing for a long time.
So it's not new to us.
Yes, I think at this point, there's a saying that we've had it up to here, and I think the government is having it up to here because for blackmailers and people that blackmail and extort people,
they're enjoying the ride.
No, I'm just saying for the politician, especially for El-Rufai that has come out to speak up and speak out, his claims should also be taken seriously as well. But just to wrap things up, Mr. Daniel, what is the fate of insecurity in Nigeria? Just on a scale of 1 to 10, how far do you think that Nigerian can reduce the insecurity rate in Nigeria within 5 years?
I just said that we should have a security summit. All stakeholders should be brought on board. Every region has a peculiar issue. So what do? It is until we sit down. It is not just sending security men and they are killing them, because majority of them do not know the terrain where they are going to.
At all.
There should be a level of community policing. There should be a level of intelligence gathering that we could use to subdue what the menace of insecurity in the country.
Okay.
And the war sponsors, whom their names are with the DSS, with the DMI, they should apprehend all of them. No matter, and they should bring in if I am in the bush and I heard that my organ has been held, I will come out.
Yes.
Because my is at the end of his course. So let everybody whose name has been mentioned and has been interviewed or has been followed, found out that the person of a truth has something to do with insecurity. Orga, let that person receive the capital punishment.
No matter who
the person is.
In addition to what he just said, I think security personnel should be retrained. They should receive training.
Okay.
Because I don't see a reason whereby you will send a security personnel, for example, a policeman with pot belly to go and fight. How do you expect the person to survive?
Sometimes
let them pay them well.
Let them pay them well, and at the same time train them properly.
All right. So what I'm hearing from Mr. Daniel is the security summit. What I'm hearing from you is retraining. But from you, Mr. Oladimiji, what are your thoughts on this moving forward?
Well, that first of all, our security situation is artificial. It is premeditated. So there is no amount of summit, there is no amount of retraining that will solve that problem. All right, it is not a personnel problem, it's a leadership problem.
So there's no faith, there's no hope. There has to be some. There has to be
what he just said now with what we have said should be married together. And we'll have
something positive. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladimiji. Thank you, Mr. Daniel Sacramento, and to you, Former OG, for doing this with me. As always, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much. To our VIP viewers, thank you also for joining us as usual. Remember that the comment section is yours. Share your opinions, thoughts, ideas in the comments. Follow us across all social media platforms at Active Citizens, and you can find me on my personal page at Sharon Enemchukwu and you, Ifoma.
You can find me on Facebook at Ifoma Oji or Oji Sophia, and you can find me on Instagram at Miselex.
All right, Mr. Oladimiji.
Always on X, I was Oladimiji.
All right, and no need to ask, you can always find Mr. Daniel right here in the studio. Till we see you this evening for Active Citizens Parliament, do have a good morning and a happy new month.